Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. We have three more, well I guess pretty much four more inductees going into the WWE Hall of Fame. But let's get into the third inductee, and that would be Glenn Jacobs. Glenn Jacob, better known as to fans as the Big Red Machine Kane. Pretty much that was his third gimmick, and the one that actually stayed and did very, very well. So we'll get into Kane, the character Kane, but I want to get into his early career coming into the WWE. So I have the Wikipedia site up, and so he started in his early career in 1992 to 95 as Angus King, when he debuted in the St. Louis, Missouri area with the CSWA. And he became the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Champion with Al Snow. And that was it. That was the only tag titles that he won and stuff like that. Then he came into the World Wrestling Federation / Entertainment, WWF, WWE, in the 95 and 97. So Jacobs competed in his first World Wrestling Federation bout as Mike. Yeah, go and take a look at the last name. I honestly did not know that, but yeah, go look it up and check it out. I'm not going to say it on it, but yeah, he had that character till about August, and that was it. And then he made his television appearance as Dr. Isaac Yankem, D.D.S., the dentist. And honestly, as a kid, watching that, I hated Dentist. The theme song, man, just lit up. Just every single time you hear that song, my spine just get cleansed up. So yeah, so the reason why, Jerry Lawler brought him in, almost like an enforcer to get rid of the Bret the Hitman Hart, who Yankem lost 3 times to Bret Hart. And then after that, they pretty much retired the Yankem gimmick. And then later on in 1996, when the Kevin Nash and Scott Hall defected to WCW, that is where the whole WCW Monday Night Wars began. Vince thought it was going to be a good idea. Well, I owned the rights to Diesel and Razor Ramon. So they had Glenn Jacob being as the new Diesel. And then they had, if I can find it here, Wick Bogner, unfortunately passed away September 20th of 2019. So just over October, November, December, January, February, March, April, a year and 7 months ago. So condolences to the family. Honestly, did not even know that, but I don't think WWE even posted something like that on their website. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. So they had Rick Bogner as Razor Ramon. They really never played it. They entered in the Royal Rumble 1997, but obviously they just got booed, right? So Jim Cornette did an interview on YouTube. Check it out. It's pretty interesting. He had to show him, the back elbow, and the knees to the gut and all that stuff. But yeah, so that was a pretty interesting interview. So that really never lasted that long. That lasted till I think the end of probably 97, mid-97, 96. And then the actual Kane, the last and final gimmick that kind of like saved, pretty much, because obviously Isaac Yankem DDS was a flop. The new Diesel, that was a major flop. So it's like, okay, back to the drawing board. So this is where they had Paul Bearer, saying, tell Undertaker, you have a younger brother, yada, yada, yada. Great storyline. And at Bad Blood, 1997, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker in the first ever Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker thought he was going to, deliver the tombstone. Lights go out. Kane comes out. And tombstones The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels covers and gets the pinfall. And over time, Undertaker's in trouble. Kane comes out, clears the ring, and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Obviously, Kane had, a feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I believe it was at King of the Ring 1998. Where it was a First Blood match. If you guys want to know what I'm drinking, it's hot chocolate with coffee cream. Coffee crisp cream. Creamer for coffee. It's actually pretty good, so definitely try it out. Just let you guys know on that what I'm drinking if you guys want to know what I was drinking. So they had a feud with Over the Edge, King of the Ring, Austin versus Kane, First Blood match. Kane wins, first ever WWE champion. I think that's the only title that he won. So that was from 1997 to 1998. Brothers of Destruction in 1998 to 2002. Obviously, they had Kane and Undertaker do a tag team a couple of times or whatever. I remember, I think it was 1998 where Kane and Undertaker, it was on Monday Night Raw where they broke Vince McMahon's ankle. The Unmasking, that was mostly in 2002 to 2004 where they had a feud with Triple H and Evolution and Kane. Kane lost the match. He had to take off his mask. That's the first time that we actually saw Kane take off his mask. Then they had the whole storyline with Lita, Gene Snitsky in 2005, 2004. And then they had the teaming up with Big Show. And then between 2006 2010, he had various feuds with Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, The Miz, Chris Benoit and Finlay and all that stuff. Then he became World Heavyweight Champion in 2010, 2011. And then 2011, 2013, he remasked and teamed up with Daniel Bryan as Team Hell No. And then again, he took off his mask, became the Authority in 2013, 2015. And then tag team reunites with The Undertaker again in 2015, 2018. And that's about it. Now he's mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. That's pretty good, Glenn Jacobs, did very well inside. Lita, when she was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, she said very nice things about, Glenn, and they pretty much used his real name, Glenn, Kane, stuff like that. Let's go to the belts here. I'll show you guys championship and accomplishments. Tag team, Smoky Mountain Wrestling SMW Tag Team Champion once with El Snow. USWA Heavyweight Champion once with the United States Wrestling Association. And then to the WWE, we have WWE Champion once, World Heavyweight Champion once, ECW Champion once, WCW Tag Team Champion once with The Undertaker, two-time Intercontinental Champion, Hardcore Champion once, 24/7 Champion once, WWE Tag Team Champion twice with Big Show and Daniel Bryan, the WWF WWE World Tag Team Champions 9 times, Mankind twice, X-Pac twice, The Undertaker twice, the Hurricane once, RVD once, and Big Show. Money in the Bank, SmackDown 2010, and now 2021 Hall of Famer. Big congrats to Glenn Jacobs. Well deserved. Undertaker made the announcement on, I think, Bump. I think it's some kind of website. He made the announcement. And, very well deserved, especially after having two flop gimmicks of Isaac Yankem DDS and the new Diesel. Kane, this is the last gimmick, and not the last one that stuck. It was great. He was the first, he holds the record for entering every single Royal Rumble. I think the next one down would be Dolph Ziggler, believe it or not. He comes in third of, I think, holds the highest eliminations of the Royal Rumble in 2001, but then Reigns and I think Brock Lesnar surpassed that. But yeah, very well deserved for Kane, Glenn Jacobs. They even had that feud with the crown jewel there between Undertaker and teaming up with Undertaker against DX. Shawn Michaels came out of retirement. He was bald. Shawn Michaels was bald, just like Triple H. Interesting. Stuff like that. He had a very awesome career in WWE. No matter if you think the Isaac Yankem DDS was just a flop, but thank goodness for the character Kane. Whoever came up with that gimmick, that storyline, big ups, because who would have known what kind of career Glenn would have had. Maybe he would have defected to WCW. Who knows? Even though he did probably had a spot in WCW. But big ups, and as much as we would like to see Glenn be inducted around fans instead of through the Thunderdome, but it's a different world. Different times for sure. But what? Even though we would wish that fans could be in attendance, who knows, right? So congratulations to Glenn Jacobs, better known as to Kane, the Big Red Machine, Hell, Fire, and Brimstone. I always remember Vince McMahon. Good God, it's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane. The Undertaker's younger brother. And I think that was also the last time Vince was actually uncommented. Could be wrong. But that's my thoughts on Kane going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Congrats. And on to the next one. That is, in my opinion, a little bit of a question mark. Stay tuned.